All right, big giant head. That looks pretty good. Let's see if I can host myself for my own channel. Host Lotro stream. That looks like that went. Hard Hit checking in, says Big Head Ed. You were not wrong, Hard Hit. Welcome. You were a good sport last night. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys in Val's channel. I was just doing some cooking on Mandalinia last night. Val was streaming, and I went in there and basically verbally abused Hard Hit for like 2 straight hours. It was a lot of fun. I got some good ones in there. So I think if I don't have to concentrate on the game or streaming, I can just really do some emotional damage there. Just really let you have it. But yeah, so we won't repeat most of what was said. We'll keep it classy. This is Lotro Stream. And I should also mention I had a funny thing happen. I mentioned we were going out to dinner with some friends for Ethiopian Sunday night. And, one of them is still a very active Lotro player and happened to be watching the stream. And she was like, "Hey, what are you saying that we're suffering through financial hardship?" And I started laughing. I'm like, I don't think that's exactly how I phrased it. But I was talking about our friends and how they both retired recently, and I may have phrased something incorrectly. They've been planning for their retirement. They've been saving for their retirement. They're well set. But between having their income reduced and getting hit with some bills just as soon as they walked away from their jobs, and then you get the war in Ukraine and the stock market's down, my buddy had indicated to me that he's not going to be spending a lot of money on unnecessary radio control stuff anytime real soon, which is fine. I mean, I'm not doing much of that either, although I did get a new plane. And I'm thinking about springing for a new flight sim, but compared to what I used to spend on it, I'm being very thrifty. So I promised that I would follow up this week. And what was funny about it is she's like, "Yeah, I was listening to you talk about us on the stream, and I had to go to." She mentioned her husband's name and go, "Are we having money trouble I don't know about?" And I started laughing. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't think I mentioned any names." And so the couple that we went out to Ethiopian food with are just fine and are looking forward to enjoying a summer of camping and riding their new electric bikes around and not working. So my buddy had expressed some adjustment issues, not having a schedule to deal with, and I was like, yeah, I kind of know how that feels. After I left my old job, I was basically off work for a year, staying home and just kind of taking care of Mrs. Mustafa. I didn't let it really be widely known in the Twitch community because I didn't want people coming in every couple of days and going, "How's the job hunting going?" It's like I had plenty of cash socked away. Kind of felt like I needed to spend some time at home with the missus and just didn't want to be answering those questions. But man, if you don't have some place to be, it's really hard to get any kind of a schedule going. And I just remember sitting here thinking, how the hell did I ever have time to go to a full-time job? Because there's always enough stuff to fill up your day. So Hard Hit says, I went to therapy today. Yeah, that's probably a good thing, Hard Hit. Anyway, so our friends are doing well. The Ethiopian food was off the hook, and partly because we probably hadn't had it for a while. But I got the sautéed lamb on the injera bread, and man, I did everything but take a bite out of my plate. I probably looked like somebody out of The Walking Dead, just going, eating lamb and bread with my fingers. But it was delicious, and we had a good time, and it was great seeing those guys. And I am delighted that they're not having to choose between, medicine and cat food. They're doing fine. They're in good shape. And yeah, I'm just glad they're enjoying retirement. And if my buddy decides he doesn't want to get a part-time job, 10 or 15 hours a week, then he certainly doesn't need to. He can do whatever he wants. But yeah, I was just surprised to hear that she was still listening to the stream occasionally, so that was fun too. tonight we're kicking off something brand new. I got to talking to the guys Wednesday, and I said, what if I did a free-to-play stream on Fridays? We're going to call it Free-to-Play Friday Nights. And I'll probably be doing this in lieu, Adventures After Dark is me just basically running around and doing whatever I feel like on whatever character I feel like doing it on. I don't do a lot of planning usually. Once in a while, I'll kind of set something up ahead of time. Like, was it a week or two ago? I think it was 2 weeks ago we did the Black Gate stuff, and it was ready to be done, so I kind of saved it for Friday night, and then it was fine. I got to blow everybody's eardrums out with the cutscenes, and that was fun. But we'll do something a little more structured. And I was kind of laughing because I said, "Well, what do you guys think about if I do a completely free-to-play account? I'll create a new account from scratch, and I'll just explain how I do it without opening my wallet." And because it's just, well, it kind of got me thinking about it again. Most of I shouldn't say most people have. If you go to MMORPG, there was an author named Joseph Bradford who published an article, Lotro's monetization changes are such a breath of fresh air. And all throughout the article, he's just like, yeah, technically Lotro is free to play, but the amount of nickel and diming the developers implemented made the experience a slog. And I've always been free to play, and I've never gone VIP, not because I don't think it's a great game, not because I don't think Standing Stone Games deserves our support. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy streaming on Lotro Stream and promoting the game as much as I have over the years. But it's just, I came back to Lotro because it went free to play, and I've done so much and gone so far and have never cracked open my wallet. And I'm just surprised whenever can you really play free to play? Is it really it's not hard, and I've talked about the basics, and we'll go over them again. That's okay. That's why I'm doing this, because nobody seems to be listening. And I was kind of chuckling because everybody was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. You should totally do that. And I was like, okay, well, be sure you're still watching when I take my 6th or 7th character through the Shire and I'm doing No Place for Spoiled Pies again. And they kind of laughed. But that's a little bit of what it's like. I mean, that's the reason why free-to-play is not that common. You have to be patient. You have to be persistent. And we'll talk about those things. But the reason I've still got my account login screen, this is a brand new account. I literally created this account earlier today. That's why none of the worlds have been logged into. I will actually scroll that for you. Last played, blank, 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 blank. Never been on this account before. Haven't created a character yet, and we're going to do that. The first server up, Crick Hollow. Great server. I play on it regularly on my main account. It's the first one in the queue, so that's where we're going. I have to scroll down and click. I mean, this is, when I say new account, brand new account, totally fresh. And what's ironic about it is there's still all this skepticism and, this talk in the article about, oh, they're nickel and diming you. It's never been easier to play Lotro free to play. I think most people don't do it just because, if you've ever watched me on Saturday nights with Rembenis and friends, I've been told I'm a lot more patient than other people would be. And it might not just be when dealing with Rembenis the Menace, but just in general. I've never been in a hurry, and I try to explain to people that there's no pot of gold at the end of the level 140 rainbow in Lotro. It's not like the end game is super exciting. Usually, and again, I'm on the official channel, so I don't want to be ungrateful to the devs who've made a wonderful game, but the end game content is usually a grind fest to keep us busy while we're waiting for the next big piece of content. It was true with Minas Tirith. It was true with the Camp of the Host. It was true with Mordor. It was true. There's just grind after grind after grind at the upper levels, and it's because we burn through the content faster than it can be created. So it's just the nature of MMOs. So the idea that you need to Tommy Lawless checking in, that Rose Girl's here. It's easy to play with the freebie quest pack code. This account doesn't have them. This is brand new, created today. I haven't used any freebie stuff. I haven't, that stuff's all out of play right now. Gipio checking in. Hi, everybody. Steely Dad is here. Glad you guys are checking in. Tommy Lawless says, I've done all my Lotro playing with free-to-play. Me too. And he's good. How's the Riddle King? I don't know what that means. I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves. Winding down a long day with Big Ed, doing just fine. What server are you doing this on? Crick Hollow was the first one up, so I said, okay, let's start on Crick Hollow. Edie checking in. Goofy Old Lady checking in. Tonight is Free-to-Play Friday, so brand new fresh account, brand new fresh characters. And I've always said that I kind of lucked into this. It just happened to work out that the way I wanted to play Lotro and playing free-to-play overlapped very nicely. But when I first started playing the game, there weren't this many classes, but there were a lot of classes. You had Burglar, Captain, Champion, Guardian, Hunter, Lore Master, Minstrel, and I wanted to try them all. That was part of it. And I started with Champion. Galadriel, my female elf champion, was my first character. And I think it worked out advantageously that I had a DPS character as my first character. It really let me kind of explore and plow ahead. And I never really got hung up in any areas the first time through. And then the second character I made was a hunter. So, well, we'll see how the other half lives. And I generally... you guys have been watching me play a Runekeeper and a Minstrel for the last 6 months or a year. Those are just the two characters I happen to dust off. But I generally don't start with spellcasters. I don't dislike spellcasters. In fact, I've opined that I wish I was playing my Lore Master more than I am. But I'll get there. It's like I said, I'm not in a big hurry. But Champion and then Hunter was a pretty good 1-2 punch. And then, of course, my third character was my Minstrel. And none of those characters really have much trouble soloing. I just happen to not pick any support classes right out of the gate. They all three happen to be pretty good at solo DPS. Again, dumb luck on my part. I had no idea, just randomly picked those three classes, thought they sounded interesting. And then it became pretty obvious as I got into crafting early on that there would be an advantage to having a crafting circle where you had a group of characters that could share crafting nodes and create stuff for each other. A jeweler, a weaponsmith, an armorer or tailor, a woodworker, a scholar, and have them share their resources and help each other out with gear just raised all of the characters' fortunes and made them more easily soloable. And I always talk about crafting circles and leveling several characters up together, and that's basically one of the main pillars of being able to play free-to-play. Val checking in. Hello, Val. Yeah, we're starting off free-to-play Friday tonight. I am just boring everybody with my professorial lecture. I am not Corey Olson, but I know about not spending money. When it comes to Lotro, anyway. With regard to radio control flying, I'm not good at not spending money. But, when it comes to Lotro, I've managed to not burn up a lot of cash. So, I wanted to try the different character classes. I just happened to start with DPS characters. When people ask me about the best starter classes, I usually recommend Champion, Hunter, or Guardian, with the caveat that Guardian is going to level more slowly. They're very durable, but until you get their AoE bleeds, it takes a while to carve up. You get 3 or 4 orcs on you, you'll survive it, but man, you just wish you could go stop in the middle of the fight and go to the bathroom or make a sandwich or something. You're going to be there a while. And then those support classes and those the other classes are better to play after you've gotten some hours under your belt. But I just happened to start with 3 of the better solo DPS classes, at least at the time. And because I wanted to try the different classes, I didn't take one character and try to push them to level cap. If you want to take one character and push them to level cap, quit watching the stream. You're not going to be able to play free-to-play. You're going to need to get your wallet out. You're going to want to go VIP. And you'll be very disappointed when you get to 140 and you're like, wow, that's it. Because like I said, there's no pot of gold at the end of that leveling rainbow. Just a grind to keep you busy until, the next update comes out. That's just the reality of MMOs. But we've got the Bjornen class, the Brawler class, Runekeeper, and Warden. And I didn't get to try Runekeeper and Warden until I bought either Moria or Mirkwood, which were bought with points. All my expansions were bought with points, and by and large all earned in-game. Over the years I have gotten a few points codes from other streamers. I'd be hanging out in somebody else's channel and I'd win a raffle. So technically my main account is a premium free-to-play account. I've never been VIP. And again, don't be like me. Most people don't have my patience. Standing Stone has created a fantastic game world and deserves our support financially and with regard to streaming and being part of the Twitch community. And my problem is I am now kind of a unicorn in the Lotro community, and I get mentioned, can you really play free-to-play? Well, go talk to Big Ed Mustafa, because I've just gotten to be known as the free-to-play guy. So I just want to share some of my thoughts and kind of show you guys how it's done. And again, it's easier now than it ever has been. There are a lot of the smaller transactions that you don't need to pay for anymore. But High Elf is still locked. That is not available free to play yet. Looks like Bjorning's still shaded. Of course, you have to pick the Bjorning race, but the Bjorning class is still pay. That'll get fixed in the next update. So Val says, I'm so good at not spending money that I managed to spend $50 without even buying anything because the post office is terrible. That's the post office for you. Edie says, to be Corey Olsen, you have to stop and study all the architecture and forget to notice that you're in combat. I often fight like I forgot I was in combat. That does happen. So yeah. So hopefully most of you guys will find this interesting. Like I said, you have to be patient, you have to be thorough, and one of the things that is the key to your success playing free-to-play is find your deed log, know your deed log, wipe your deed log clean. And there's a number of benefits to that, not the least of which is obscene amounts of Lotro points, which is what you need to be able to unlock content and move through the rest of the game. But if you're doing it on 4 characters or 6 characters or 8 characters instead of just 1 or 2, you're going to have plenty of Lotro points. It's not going to be an issue when you need to buy the Troll Shaws or you need to get Forakel for the first time. You'll be like, what, 795 points? Yeah, here you go. Not a big deal. There was a guy who started something earlier this year on YouTube. I just tripped across it when I was out on YouTube, and it was like, how to play free-to-play in Lotro. And I'm like, oh, this should be an interesting video series. First video, 3 or 4 minutes in, yep, this is the one character I'm going to play free-to-play. And it's like, okay, you're already done, pal. You have failed. You can't do it that way. You're not going to have enough Lotro points. And the idea of creating a character just to run through the starting areas so you can earn points quickly and then delete them and do that again, that's crazy. Completely unnecessary. People have done it. That's your choice. If that's something that you don't hate doing, more power to you. I would hate doing that. The idea of just grinding the starter areas over and over because the Lotro points are free and easy at lower levels doesn't make it any more fun to do. That would baffle me. So I could set up a poll in chat. I'm not going to do that. I think I want to start with one of the heavy armor classes. Obviously not Bjorning, But between Guardian, Captain, or Champion, what would you guys like me to play? I will be on Crick Hollow. Give you guys 1 minute to put in the class. Edie says Champ. Hard Hit says Go Champ. I feel like that's cheating a little bit. Female Dwarf Bjorning. Can't do Bjorning yet. It's not unlocked yet, but I appreciate the enthusiasm, Rockhead. Leary says Champ. Now again, my very first character was my Champ on Arkenstone. I have a 130th level Champ, and that's what I started out with for free to play. So you guys aren't really hamstringing me very much. I suck at most things, except fishing. I'm a pretty mediocre Champ, which is me praising myself quite a bit. Because if anybody's been watching me play Runekeeper, I've been taking a pretty good butt kicking on my Runekeeper. Val says Champ. Mandalorian 2K says Champ. Steely Dad says Berg. I also play a lot of Burglars. That's a pretty familiar class for me. I was thinking I might go Captain because I haven't played a lot of Captain. But I do have a couple Captains that are up in the 50s. So, or a Heavy Lore Master would be totes adorbs. You're not wrong. Dwarf Champ for the Maniacal Laughter. That's the only one of those classes I really enjoy. Guardian's pretty solid. I do have to admit that once you get your Guardian up a few levels, that is pretty fun to play. Alright, let's do a Dwarf Champ. Chat has spoken. Larry's changing his vote. Says, well, let's see some Captain then. Everybody seems to like the idea of a Champ, and I don't have... I probably have Dwarf Champs. I haven't bothered to play a Dwarf Champ. Why do we have Stout Axe? Why does it say unlocked? Oh, because it's Brawler. Now we're going to go Champion. Alright, Dwarf Champion. I'm down for that. We will start with him. And... Blue Mountains, Iron Hills, Lonely Mountains, Gray Mountains. We'll go with a Blue Mountains Dwarf. I don't care much about his face. And... let's do... yeah, I'll click random names. The problem with the random names, there's been so many characters created over the years. Our 15th anniversary is coming up here in just about a month from yesterday. So you can go through the random list for a really long time. Hard Gargist. Watkeg. Haymerk. I don't know if the name is available. We'll try it. Oh, now I'm going to blank on the name. Yeah, we'll try the spelling. I did not get a lot of sleep. I was up way too late last night doing cooking crafting on Mandalinia, so I'm super foggy. I got plenty of Coke Zero I will get through tonight, but he's a champ. We want him a little broader than most. Yeah, other than that, I'm happy with that. Let's see if Warsteiner's available. No. About Warsteinik. There's a character name. Warsteinik, the level 1 dwarf champ. Hey, Gerdalinia, Mandalinia's brother. Girldalinia. Alright, so we got our champ. Let's go kick some ass. One of the questions I have, I seem to recall with a brand new account like this, I think you only get a couple of character slots to start out with. And I had to buy extra character slots as I went. I was going to say make him look like a badass grandpa. That would be okay.
While about to begin your long day of work at the Silver Deep Mine, an old man beckons for you to come near.
Hey, old man.
He is a close advisor of Thorin Oakenshield, the master of these halls. What could he have to say to a simple miner such as yourself? Will you humor an
Lord
old
Thorin
man
makes ready to
walk
go on a
with me for
dangerous
spell?
journey. Oh, I hadn't put two to two together, but yeah, this is right about the time that the Thorin's company headed to the Lonely Mountain. Glad that I've been playing this game for 15 years and that just now dawned on me. I don't pay attention. Oh man, this is getting down. You just need a gnome hat, I know. Whatever shall I do? We'll just crack open another one. I was ready for just such an emergency. Alan and Balin are heading out.
13 will not do.
Yeah, you should go find some hobbit in the Shire and make him the company burglar. Be quick about it, old man. If I wanted to follow Sarah Oakenheart around all day, I'd go find her. Alright, let's see what's going on in here. Glowin and Gimli and Thorin. You look much more handsome in the movies, Thorin. You don't look anything like Fabio. See, that's an old grandpa dwarf right there. That's what Val was looking for. Ed, you were the chosen one. Don't wear a gnome hat. Don't give in to temptation. Alright. This, well, again, I haven't played a lot of dwarfs. Is this a newer intro? Was this updated not that long ago? I don't seem to recall running into Gandalf right off the bat and then Thorin Oakenshield. How long ago was this updated? I'll try not to give up the high ground, Val. Gormer Dowersmith is hereby appointed steward of these halls. Collect your equipment from the satchel. Three to 5. What else we got? 3 to 5, 5 to 9. Suppose I should switch those. May as well just go double dagger.
Have you equipped your weapon yet?
I must now venture into the mine. It's not a man purse, it's a satchel. Exactly. Edie says, this is older. I thought they'd change this to something else. Maybe I've just been skipping this on my VIP account and only noticed it was still around when I started a dwarf on the free-to-play account. There you go.
We've got to clear out all these miners.
Should talk the miners to get them out. Run for your life! Wayne Brady's coming. Hopefully some of you get that reference. 3 bags. It's a troll. He's with Dwarf Jeebus now. I guess one of the other things that makes this work for me, I actually enjoy the early game content. Even when I was playing pen and paper RPGs, I always had more fun doing like the Caves of Chaos than the high level content. It's like, oh, which spell do I want to throw now? Oh, you've got a +3 Vorpal blade. I have a +5 blade. You know, and it's just at some point it all just becomes a math match. But with this level of play, it's like, wow, I found a shield. You know, any shield. Ooh, I got some copper pieces. You know, you get excited about small stuff. And every new victory makes a big difference. There's something strange about this place. This dwarf is perfectly preserved, and he lies amongst the ruins of wandering elves. I have earned experience. Galarfin checking in. I know, right? Or especially when you're a dwarf.
You found the body of a dwarf, did you?
Plug your ears, everybody.
75 years after the death of Thorin, his halls in the Blue Mountains have fallen under the rule of the Dourhand clan. Tribute from Thorin's halls has ceased, and King Dain of the Lonely Mountain has dispatched Lord Dwalin and a company of dwarves to uncover the cause.
And there we go.
I have come to offer my service to this party of elves.
It is interesting that the dwarves arrived when we did, though we came for different purposes.
Stay a moment.
My father is great among the wise, and his dreams and foretellings do not often stray from the mark.
Maid of Onan, what do you make of this riddle?
Normally what Hard Hit was streaming last would pop up, but as we discovered last night, Hard Hit has no game.
I was the one who led the party here, but there is a slight flaw in my thinking.
Why did Dorolas lead us here? Skorgrim is dead.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear? Hail, friend, and well met.
Axe and sword. Man, Hard Hit from Lotro stream.
You have a true warrior's heart.
I tried warning you last night, Val. He is the Joker to your Bruce Wayne. If you ever completely destroyed Hard Hit, you'd just sit alone in Wayne Manor drinking and verbally abusing Alfred. Talk to Dorniel. We ride for Dorniel and for glory, Ms. Nomathorn. Oh, I know who I wanted to shout out. Hopefully I got that right. I did it. Tommy Lawless is a streamer. I didn't even realize it. And my apologies for not shouting you out sooner, Tommy. But, yeah. Show Tommy some love. Check out his channel.
I think I have the will to go back into that place.
Our community loves to support our community, so yeah. Check out Tommy's channel too.
I was here when Ithalian fell.
It's a scary thought. What if I could achieve immortality, but I would have to eat Mrs. Mustafa's cooking for all time?
What can I do for you? Might you spare a moment of your time?
Defeat pests as you seek Skorgrim's body. Alright, where am I going? Where Skorgrim sleeps. A silver deep mine. We're going to follow the stairs down. I remember when this area was full of slugs. So, I mean, one of the beauties of Lotro is you don't really need anything your first 8 or 10 levels. You're pretty well set. And they just kind of start throwing gear at you. Your weapons get better rapidly. They start dropping armor for you quite rapidly. And you get outfitted pretty quickly and earn a few copper, and you're good to go. One of the things I always loved about the design of Lotro is it ends up being an extremely complex game, but there's layers, and they build the layers of complexity as you level up and get more and more experienced. This is a very simple game. Lotro from 1st to 20th level is really pretty straightforward. It's not until later that they start adding more complexity to it. Pending loot. Let's reorganize these. Wild attack should be first. Swift strike second. Savage strikes third. Blade wall fourth. And we got a broken claw. Hooray for me. There's another adventure. See, the cave claws aren't even aggroing right now. And I leveled again. So I don't really have to fight any more cave claws. We can just run this out. You were dead with that bag. Skorgrim's body is gone. Flower has a poisonous, deathly look to it. Mrs. Mustafa will put a bouquet of them on my coffin, most likely. Bring the red flower back to the elf. Okay. Job's done. You know, I started out with the same setup. I bought those extra bag spaces. It's all part of the fun. You know, you've just got a couple of hundred Lotro points trying to figure out where you want to spend them. That's decision time. But like I said, they're already making it easier and easier. You don't have to buy the premium wallet. You don't have to unlock the gold cap. I remember hitting the gold cap and not being able to unlock it, and it was like, man. For a long time, the money that you collect is so minuscule. You're like, I'm never going to hit the gold cap, and then all of a sudden one day it happens. OSU Cowboys checking in. Hello, OSU Cowboys 85. We're doing something a little different tonight. I've decided that I would dispense all of my knowledge about how to play Lotro free to play. So tonight is free to play Friday. How has Lost Ark been treating you, Cowboy? Oh, not to him. This is the wrong elf. Okay, pro player tip. Check your mini-map. Make sure you're talking to the right elf when you go all this jogging. I have heard that Steam has cracked the anti-cheat software, Easy Anti-Cheat. Excuse me, and that's what Lost Ark uses. I have it installed on my Linux setup like I'm streaming and playing from here tonight, and I haven't been able to try Lost Ark yet because the Easy Anti-Cheat would prevent it from running. And I saw there's an update pending, and I'm hoping they've got the Proton layer sorted out for it, and I may be able to try Lost Ark. So Sunday nights I've been doing a lot of different things. I streamed a RC Flight Sim a couple of weeks ago. Last Sunday it was a PC Building Simulator. I was kind of tuckered out and just kind of wanted to chillax, and that was kind of fun. I had like 15 people watching me just build imaginary PCs and fix them. But it was, yeah, it was nice.
Little flower, and one I have not seen before. Flowers leading a trail of
Explore the gate at the Silvery Deep Mines courtyard. Okay, I can do that. And now I don't have to go there barefoot. Although I had shoes on, they were just not good shoes. Not Torque checking in. Hello, Not Torque. And the producer's letters are now quarterly. I actually started out my stream last Saturday by reading the producer's letter out loud. So I knew what it said, and anybody watching knew what it said. So, yeah, a lot of exciting changes. You know, free Bjorning, not a bad thing. Free High Elf, not a bad thing. And if I do roll up a champion, maybe I'll do a High Elf champ just for something different. Or not champ, captain. Again, I'm a little foggy again tonight. I don't know if it's just leftover from spring forward, but I just did not. I know I was up playing too much Lotro this week. Seemed like Wednesday we were up late. I was up late last night. I think I was probably up fairly late Tuesday too. So I need to get my butt to sleep more. I was definitely more irritable than usual at work. That much I can promise. Val said, you said High Elf Champion, and I got so excited there for a second. Well, I could have made a High Elf Champion, but somebody said Dwarf. Although I don't think High Elves are unlocked yet. I think that's still coming. Soonish. I think what we all want are Hobbit champs. One of the frustrations for a lot of players, I think, is that the pacing of the intro is intentionally slow.
Before he left.
Hello, Dour Hand. Hello, Gormer.
Have you come to pay your respects? No one is to gain admittance to Skogrim's tomb. You should pay your respects to Skogrim.
We ride for the Rockbelly Pit and for glory. Plans to go yellow or red line? For champ? Probably both. I don't do a lot of blue line champ. Actually, if I do anything, I gotta play some blue line champ because I just haven't done it on my main champ. I also have a champ on like Crick Hollow. I don't play him much though. Ah ha ha. I kill all the bats I need to? Yeah, I'm good to go turn these in. I need to visit the shrine. I almost walked right up to it, but not quite. Menacing looking statue has been raised in the likeness of the Dour Hands King of old. I don't have a fishing pole yet, so I can't fish in the cave. Soon, though. It's never too soon to start fishing, y'all.
Ah, these are the very stones we need.
Every time I complete a quest, they're just throwing starter gear at me. It's like, okay.
It will be a busy day for
I will take
my
that
folk.
gear. El Katire says nostalgic. Thank you, Hard Hit. Yeah, for those of you just joining, I'm doing free to play. This is a brand new account just created today. I haven't unlocked any content. I haven't used any of the coupon codes. I haven't done anything. And I'm talking about the general ways to succeed at free to play. I've done it on my main account for a long time now. You don't have to crack open your wallet. Now, most people may not have the patience to do what I recommend, but it's just about play multiple characters, not just one character, create crafting circles on the servers, level them up together, share crafting resources.
Thank goodness you're here. Look, all of these dwarves are sick. Dying.
Strange soil, samples from sick bears. A little extra never hurts.
Have you seen the Barrowhounds nearby?
Defeat Bargus.
Why do Bargus now haunt our fair lands?
Well met. Will you help me?
See, I just got 10 Lotro points. Jealous? Thought so. Battered Horn of Disruption. You must purchase this quest from the Lotro web store before you can complete it.
What do you need?
Okay. Remember, did everyone have to purchase shared storage, or did VIPs get some of it for free? If I ever come across a Vault Keeper, I will let you know. But I think you get some shared storage. You don't have to buy it. But you'll quickly fill it up and want to buy more. That is my recollection. It's been a long time, though. I've actually eaten bear meat before. One of the guys at my old job made black bear chili with the black bear that he hunted. It wasn't very good. If you get a chance to eat bear meat, then yeah, go ahead and take a pass. Good to be a champion. Bear is a bit greasy, a little bit. Well, let's go defeat some Bargus and we'll go talk. Just because we've got a brand new character doesn't mean we can't get into our inventory management right out of the gate. Let's sell some stuff. I know, you don't get to see me sell task items very often, but until you get level 8 task items, they can't be traded in at the task item board. So, now you notice I'm keeping those light hides. That's one of the ways you succeed, is you keep all crafting material and share them amongst your characters on the server. That won't help my champion, because I'm definitely not going to be taking forestry on a champion. But that doesn't mean it won't help one of my other characters here shortly. Ponton Finberry checking in. Hello, Ponton. Welcome to the inaugural edition of, Free-to-Play Fridays. I'm on a brand new, shiny Lotro account, and we're talking about the keys to being successful at Free-to-Play. At least as far as I understand them, what works for me. Your mileage may vary, but I do have a little bit of standing in this area. 15 years worth.
Ooh, those dogs chill my heart.
Those dogs chill his heart.
If the water of the river has been tainted, Mountain Springs should be the purest of water.
Willie Gnome says, do make a lot of new tunes as free-to-play. Nice, and get to see how the new free-to-play system, I know big changes with that coming soon. They're making it too easy. Now everybody's going to want to be free-to-play. Also, check out Willie Gnome, also a Lotro streamer. Gipio says, I can't wait till Ed ports out of an instance on accident on this character. You are so supportive, Gipio. Gipio's been mad at me ever since I quit playing Apex Legends. You just have to talk him into killing off Mad Maggie permanently, and I will happily come back and absorb bullets for you, Gipio. I love the game, but I hate Mad Maggie so much I just can't even stand the thought of her. She's an awful, awful, awful character. She ruined Season 8 and she wasn't even in the game except as an NPC. And then they decided to make her a new legend. It's like, oh my god, worst decision ever. I hate her, I hate her, I hate her. Hello, Ojowski. Yep, I went up too far. Pay attention, Ed. He didn't seem stunned. He didn't seem very stunned at all. Now he looks stunned. Hello, Elro here.
Those are ill tidings. I believe there may be hope for the sick dwarves yet.
Okay, I gotta be me. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, here we go. Ajowski says your favorite class? I found a new bullet sponge, though. He's working out great. I am glad to hear that, Gipio. Del says, I'm sorry, Big Ed. Yeah, it happens, you know. Jaski's question, your favorite class? Champion has long been a favorite of mine, which is why I was not going to argue too much when chat was like, play a champion. I'm like, okay. But Burglar's also super fun, and they are wildly different in their approaches. So going through a quest line or a dungeon or a piece of content as a champion, and then going through it as a burglar, two completely different experiences. Goblin Town is a good example of that, where most melee characters just have to keep killing the same mobs over and over and over ad nauseum as you go back and forth completing the different quests. And it's so nice to be on a burglar where you can just sneak. You know, with a champion, it's pretty much like, come on everybody, I'm going to shing you to death. Everybody come and fight me all at the same time. And on a burglar, you've got to use your crowd control, you've got to use your stuns, and just make sure you're only fighting one at a time. You can do a lot of damage to one single opponent, but you can't. Even Guardians can take on 2 or 3 mobs much better than a burglar. So with a burglar, it's really about tailoring the fight to your advantage. And with a champion, you can pretty much just rush in and kill everything and not worry about it too much. Ooh, medicinal herbs. Ponton says, burglar is my favorite class, and my Twitch name is what my burglar is in game. Yeah, I was talking about it earlier. If you're going to play free-to-play, if you're brand new to the game, I think solo DPS characters are a good way to start out. Champion was a very fortunate pick for me. Hunter's a very good first character. I think characters that require a little more nuance, support classes, burglar's kind of got its own specialties. I feel like that's a better second or third character, not something you want to jump into if you don't have any playing experience. You cannot defeat me. The fell spirit is evaporated, but the dread invoked by his words lingers. We are the ones who shall return to life. Why did you choose to go the free-to-play route other than most everyone else that pays? I didn't come back to the game until it went free-to-play. I had a beta invite because I was an Asheron's Call player, and I liked the game, but when I first played the beta, I played an elf. I think Galadriel is my beta character. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she was still around, and I just started playing her when I came back to the game later. But I played an elf champion, and in beta, Lotro was very well polished. It was a good-looking game. The music and sound were terrific. It was a little dull. It's like, kill a 5th level wolf. Kill an 8th level wolf. It's like, okay, I've already seen this before. And there wasn't anything about it other than the fact that, yeah, it was really well polished, but there wasn't a whole lot that I felt separated it from some of the other MMOs. I'd done Asheron's Call, I'd done Dark Age of Camelot, I checked out DDO during the open beta. I liked DDO, but didn't want to subscribe to that either. I was already paying for Asheron's Call and for EVE Online at the time, which are completely radically different games, even though they're both MMOs. Take the scale helmet.
Can be a hero to make a powerful remedy.
And I was at least interested enough that when they went free to play, I came back to the game and wanted to give another chance, but it was like, okay, I kind of feel like since the only reason I came back to the game was it went free to play, I don't really want to subscribe. And so I just decided to go free to play and see how far it would take me. And without really too much effort, I was able to go all the way to level 130. I parked Galadriel and I haven't played her much. I still can't unlock Gundabad because it's not available for Lotro points yet. So she's still kind of parked waiting for me to do War of the Three Peaks in Gundabad. But, I've got all the rest of the content unlocked, including War of the Three Peaks. I've got characters that were at level cap before level cap changed. I'm waiting to buy Gundabad. I've got more than enough points socked away to do it. And really, I think the only thing that you can't do on a free-to-play account effectively is play in the Etten Moors as one of the free peoples. You can play in the Ettenmoors as any of the creeps easily enough. And I have, and it can be amusing at times. It's not really my cup of tea. If I'm going to go player versus player, I'd much rather play something like Apex Legends, where it's an all-out bloodbath and not just something you do once in a while.
Can this be?
We'll do that quest, but not yet. Zinger says, look at this guy playing true free-to-play. This seems impossible. Exactly, Zinger. So, I appreciate everybody hanging out and watching this. I didn't know if there'd be a lot of interest in it. I was kidding the guys on Wednesday, and I told this earlier, but I'm kind of repeating myself as more people trickle into the stream, that it's like, yeah, it sounds like a great idea right up until the 6th or 7th time I'm running No Place for Spoiled Pies, and then you guys will be like, oh God, he's doing this again. But, that's... If I had to boil down free-to-play success... gray, rust, olive, navy. I think I usually get we'll go violet.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
Talk to Dwaylen. Solo quest can't be completed in a fellowship. You've just received the final quest. Do you guys want to see me lay down in the bedroll? Anybody not familiar with the Galadriel dream sequence? Otten says, I started with Burglar first. No other reason than just I wanted to be like Bilbo at the time. Cool. So I shouldn't have gone with Runekeeper as my first character. Runekeeper, as far as the casting classes, isn't a bad one because they do a lot of DPS. But I think learning how to manage fights and crowd control is important for all of the casting classes. If you're struggling with your Runekeeper, Leary, then you might mix it up and try like a heavy armor class. Yami says, I've been interested in playing this, but is there a community to help and play with? That's what Lotro Stream is here for. This is the official Twitch channel of Standing Stone Games for Lotro. They're the game's developers. I'm just a guest streamer. I don't work for the company. But the whole channel is full of good streamers who've been playing the game a long time, and the viewers are all very knowledgeable. It's a very friendly community here on Twitch, and I'd encourage you to come back to this channel, follow it if you haven't already. I don't get anything out of that personally, other than just the enjoyment of getting to talk to you on a regular basis. But there'll be other streamers here and other players in chat that are very knowledgeable and happy to answer questions. The server populations are healthy. You'll see other characters running around the starting areas, and that's true from level 1 to level 140. A lot of us are what we jokingly refer to as altaholics, where Steely Dad says, good bit of nostalgia for sure. Where we like to replay the game over and over, and we like to play different character classes. And like I'm describing the key to playing free-to-play, that's one of my two keys. The first thing is, don't try to just play one character all the way to end game. You'll never be able to get it done free-to-play. You'll have to crack open your wallet. And the second thing, this is your deed log. Get very familiar with your deed log. I'm still in the intro, so there's not going to be anything for me here. Until I get out of the intro, which I'm about ready to do, this will start to populate. And it's very important that you go through each zone, region by region, and completely clear your deed log. And that will give you the Lotro points that you need to buy new regions, to buy new skirmishes, to buy new instances, to buy expansions. But the Lotro developers at Standing Stone are making more and more changes to the game to make it very easy to start out free to play. You can go all the way up to level 95 now without having to buy an expansion, or at least you will be able to shortly. So let's go talk to Galadriel and see what she's got to say. We're going to lay down and take a little nap. Best community in any game I've played. I'm kind of a jackass,
Listen
but everybody
to my
else is
words.
pretty nice. So I know nobody here in the chat who knows
I am
me would disagree
Galadriel,
with
the
that.
Lady of the Golden Wood. Do not be afraid, friend dwarf. The friendship between our peoples has been strained, but I hope it is not being lost. I will not long disturb your sleep. I can visit you in dreams for only a short time. I have looked into my mirror and seen much that worries me. Let me show you.
We are in Galadriel's garden in Lothlorien. You have a saintly wife, that makes up for it. She makes me a better man than I would be without her. And I told her word for word what Val said about her last night, but I'll tell her what you just said, Edie. Edith Aldora says you have a saintly wife, Ed, and that makes up for you being a jackass. She's just nodding her head. She's like, yep, it's true. She knew what she was getting when she said I do. More power to her for toughing it out. If you're into ASMR eating, Big Ed is the guy. It's really kind of a mukbang stream when you get right down to it. Although I won't be snacking much tonight. I cooked dinner, and I made a kind of a cheesy broccoli rice with sautéed chicken thing. And it turned out really good, and Mrs. Mustafa and I both ate a bunch of it, and we still had some left over. Yeah, we talk about food a lot, and I think that's very common amongst all Lotro players. We all have an inner hobbit that needs to be fed. Cool, I'll probably start to play. This is the first time of me playing. Cool. Well, Yami, it's really about the journey and not the destination. Take your time to do some sightseeing and explore. And look, that Balrog has wings, Hard Hit. What do you think about that? Val says, that sounds so good. I now want cheese dip. Some of this may come to pass. Rohan the Westament. God, please don't encourage him. Here, Val, this is just for you. Hard Hit has been timed out for 6 seconds. Balrogs look cool with wings if you're an artist making one. Welcome back, Hard Hit. We missed you, buddy.
You are near to wakefulness. The last tendrils of sleep will soon release you. You ask why I wanted to show you this? It is for one reason.
1T Scott checking in. Hello, 1T Scott. We are talking about how to go free to play in Lord of the Rings Online.
I saw you in my mirror. Not once or twice, but often. Whether you desire it or not, your fate is tied to that of Middle-earth. Do not forget my words when you awaken. The free peoples of Middle-earth will have need of you. You must not fail them.
Your private encounter will shut down in 0 minutes. So we got a nice little pep talk from Galadriel. We can travel now.
It would seem that Gormor and the Dour Hands have allied themselves with evil, fell spirits of old, just as Skorgrim himself did long ago. Now Ivar the Bloodhand, a gaunt lord, threatens
I get
to
asked
sway
about the
Dour
large
Hands to
bag
evil
all the
with
time,
terrifying
and
ritual
hopefully you
about
guys
to
all
take
saw
place
me
in
adjust that.
Skorgrim's tomb.
You just go to edit mode.
Here.
And you can move your storage spaces around from bag to bag. So you can have one large bag, you can have 2 medium-sized bags, you can have 6 small bags. It's up to you to configure your bag space however you want. I just like to have one giant bag to dump all my stuff in. It's kind of how Mrs. M organizes her purse.
Ivar is too powerful.
I will eventually kick Ivar's butt, but it'll be in about, I don't know, 30 levels. We'll get him. Spoiler alert. We must wait for the elves. Free-to-play accounts get twice as many task items, so Ed needs all the bag space he can. Or I'm lying. You're not wrong. All of Middle-earth depends on you, but no pressure. Exactly. Thanks for that bag trick. Yeah, it's just a matter... The whole user interface is entirely customizable. Here's a cool trick for you. If you hit Control and then / the slash right above the Enter key, you can move everything around exactly where you want. One of the things you'll notice is if you visit different Lotro streamers on their channels, everybody has their UI set up completely differently. I don't tend to fuss with mine a lot. You can set it up however it suits you, though. If you want to move something, straighten something out, flatten something, move the toolbars around, everything's customizable. Which is very cool, but at the same time, often not necessary. The default settings are pretty good. You can get custom skins for your user interface. Lotro supports plugins. There's a plugin interface. A lot of the players and streamers like various plugins for different things. You can get a large dressing room, we call it. I'll close this. But... Control /. We're always arguing at work about which slash is forward and which one is back.
We need to get out of here.
That's why I specifically said the one above my Enter key, if you're on a US keyboard. Oh no! The ceiling collapsed. Now what are we going to do? Oh man, I'm going to have to go get another Coke Zero. I know Mrs. M won't grab me one. She looks way too comfortable. Plus, now that she's been fed for the evening, she doesn't care if I live or die. It won't be until the next time she's hungry or needs a jar opened that I will matter to her again. And then only a little. What was that command? Control /. There you go. If you really like the way you have your UI set up, you can save it and apply it to other characters. Yes, you can. Do you like the orange vanilla Coke Zero? I do not. I think the vanilla flavoring tastes really gross and medicinal, and adding the orange to it doesn't improve it. I just drink the straight Coke Zero. I don't drink the cherry Coke Zero. I don't drink vanilla Coke Zero. I don't drink... Uh-oh, I think I leveled again. We know Dwaylen lives, so as long as I follow him, I won't get crushed under an avalanche. Not like those poor dwarves. Although those might be dour hand dwarves, so the hell with them. Oh, those are my allies. I think we're going this way, fellas. Same with Diet Pepsi. I don't like any of the original or Diet flavor variants. I have actually drank Pepsi Zero Sugar on stream and declared it drinkable. As opposed to Diet Pepsi, which I wouldn't wash my feet with. Just not a fan. Big Diet Dew fan. It's not like I dislike all Pepsi products. But Diet Dew, Diet Dr. Pepper. I had Diet Dr. Pepper with lunch today. It was perfectly good. And then, you know, Diet Root Beer, Diet 7-Up, Diet Sprite, Diet Mr. Pibb, Diet Cream Soda are all good, all drinkable. But for some reason, cracking that 0-calorie cola just seems to be a very tough nut to crack. And Coke really did the world a favor with Coke Zero. It's really just head and shoulders above any other Diet Cola I've ever had. So much so, it's my primary emoji.
Let us leave these halls behind us.
If you're following the Big Ed Mustafa channel here on Twitch, show Leary your cans. I know some of you have already. Let's flash those cans. Let's pretend it's spring break down in Daytona. There's Gipio showing off the cans. Thank you, Gipio.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
I am out of the intro. Willie Gnome says, I have cans too. Willie Gnome's got some great gnome emotes, so much so that Hard Hit subscribed. I won't say just because of the emotes, but it was definitely a selling point. I think he was pretty excited to get those. Places the Dwarves, Thorin's Gates. So I mentioned the deed log before. The deed log is your friend. Now, I've already unlocked my first deed, Places of the Dwarves, and if I complete that, I'm going to get virtue points, I'm going to get Lotro points, I'm going to get marks, and those Lotro points, you can use those in the Lotro store to unlock almost everything you'll ever need. You know, there's always going to be something you can spend your money on, but the developers do a really nice job of not making it anything that you have to spend mithril coin on, that you have to spend money on. The Lotro points can be used to unlock everything that is necessary, so that if you get VIP or you get
I would be grateful for your
Lost
assistance.
Pick, defeat Cave Claws. Okay, we can do that. If you go VIP, if you buy premium items, it's to improve the quality of your playing time so that you can do more with less tedium. You benefit from it, but you don't have to do it. It's not pay to win. It's a really, really good system because you get rewarded for spending the money, but you don't have to crack open your wallet to play the game. There's a reflecting pool.
Is a moment of your time
Collect gypsum,
to
sand, and
advance.
stones.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
Bring the tarnished armor to Bruni. There's the guard captain.
Will you stop
Talk to
and hear my
Vithnar.
accursed tale?
Prologue, the missing guard.
Will you help me?
Collect cave claw legs. I shall. Tux Ramus checking in. Hello, Tux Ramus. I mentioned earlier that I'm playing and streaming on Linux, and Tux Ramus was kind enough to help me get that working. I mostly got it working on my old setup, but when I switched video cards, it broke, and he helped me figure out why and get it fixed, and I'm grateful to him. And he is also a terrific Lotro streamer. And was also playing Star Wars The Old Republic lately. Now, I'm not here to criticize anybody else's game. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm told by my friends who play Star Wars The Old Republic, they do not have quite as generous of a free-to-play model. And I haven't played the game, so I can't judge either way. But your mileage may vary. Tuck says, I meant to change that. Sorry. Don't worry about it. We all play a lot of different games. I'm sure even the Lotro team likes to play other games once in a while, the folks who work at Standing Stone. It's not like we can never talk about other games and their existence. But we were talking about Steam or Valve working on Proton, and I'm hoping that with them getting some of the easy anti-cheat games working like Apex, that I might actually be able to play and stream some Lost Ark on Linux soon. I see there's another update out there. I have no idea if it has anything to do with that or not. But I'll keep trying it, and hopefully one of these days the game will actually fire up and run. I don't really want to re-download it from my Windows setup. But it's very cool what they've managed to do with gaming on Linux and making a very high percentage of PC games on Steam be compatible under Linux with their Proton middleware. Microsoft is doing some very cool things with Xbox Game Pass for us, but at the same time, nobody wants any one company to become dominant. And I think I just saw, there was a headline today, Sony is readying their answer to Game Pass. They picked kind of a funny name for it. Does anybody in chat know? Somebody else obviously saw the article today. What are they calling their new Game Pass challenger? Do you stream full-time? No, I do not. Tuck says it's by far the best free-to-play model. It's very fair. Their FTP model is non-existent. World of Warcraft, you can basically play for free up to level 20. That's not bad. That's a lot of content. Yami, I stream basically from 9 to midnight Central U.S. time, about 5 nights a week. Sometimes later if I'm really full of caffeine and or... Yep, I think I dropped that right off of my skill bar. I'm not a smart man. So, one of the other deeds that I unlocked is Goblin Slayer. So, I get some more Lotro points if I kill 30 goblins. And I'll let you in on a little secret. There's going to be a Goblin Slayer advanced deed if I kill 60 more. And killing 90 goblins really isn't that hard. And hello to Linda Tepler also. I got a chance to watch a few more episodes of her Future Urban Farmer. I guess you'd call it a vlog or a video podcast on YouTube. Linda has been planting and gardening with an aim to actually make some money. And she's put up a great series of videos. I've been enjoying watching that. If you just go to YouTube and do a search for Future Urban Farmer, you should be able to find it in pretty short order. I didn't have any trouble locating it. Be sure to check that out. Wow, I really miss actually playing something other than Stardew Valley. I just don't have time right now. I'm going to have to watch Ed on my phone now because I have to go help my mom through cancer. That's a big chore. All our best to your mom, and yeah. I know taking care of family members can be tough, but it's nice to have the time together, even if it's not under the best of circumstances. So, 9 years of playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, so I know. A lot of Lotro players also like Star Wars: The Old Republic. A lot of crossover. Yeah, Project Spartacus. Thank you, Potten. I remember thinking that's kind of a weird name, but okay. What the hell that has to do with anything, I don't know. Oh, I leveled again. Ooh, now I can go get my fishing pole. And I earned a trait point. It's all coming together. I'm getting all of this fat loot off of the goblins. That's the important thing. Bacchus checking in. Hello, Bacchus. I'm doing good. We have kicked off Free-to-Play Friday, and I am pouring out my vast stores of knowledge for the community to enjoy about how to be a cheapskate and not pay for the best Middle-earth themed massive multiplayer online role-playing game ever, Lotro. But yeah, if I'm not telling everybody stuff they don't already know. It's a brand new account that I just created today, and when I fired it up, I showed off the fact that I had never logged into any of the servers yet, and the first server on the list was Crick Hollow. So I logged into Crick Hollow, and I've created a dwarf champion. I asked chat what they wanted me to play, and they said champion. I said, well, I know how to play a champion. We'll go do that. And we'll get more characters rolled up, because again, you don't want to just play one character. You want to have several characters, at least 4 per server, and create what I call a crafting circle, where you've got multiple characters who can feed crafting materials and crafted stuff to each other. Have a jeweler, have an armorer, have a weaponsmith, have a scholar, have a woodworker, and that way you can all the characters can help each other gear up for leveling. And just be thorough with each character and get your deed log wiped, and you'll never run out of Lotro points. You might need to have 4 or 5 characters on 2 or 3 different servers. The Lotro's fun. You'll enjoy playing it. And, you know, if you're doing 3 new starter characters, do 1 through the Shire, 1 through Bree, and then 1 through Arid Luin. You'll eventually want to get all 3 of them through all 3 starter areas so you can get all the deeds done. But space it out. My advice is, if you're ever playing Lotro and you're just like, ugh, I can't do this again right now, don't. There's nothing that says you have to do something at any particular time. You can park a character and play a different character. You can skip an area and come back to it later. You don't have to do anything. Lotro is very democratic in that regard. The only thing, you don't even have to go through the intro like I did. You know, a lot of the VIP players just skip that every time. You also get tons of Lotro points the more characters you have. Yeah, that's really one of the 2 big keys. If I just had to boil it down, it's really just about play many characters and wipe their deed logs clean. It's really about that simple. You'll always have plenty of Lotro points. And 8 more characters as mules to store boxes and junk. I wouldn't encourage that, but it doesn't hurt either. I did have something funny to let Bacchus know, though. Bacchus was counting all of the shattered hatchets that I had on Mandalinia, my 111th level Runekeeper on Evernight. I'm down to 1 shattered hatchet. I have turned all of them in. She only needs 6,000 more rep points in order to be kindred with the Rangers of Ithilien, but I have run out of shattered hatchets to turn in, which I think is pretty impressive. I don't know. That was a lot of task item turn in. Do I need to kill lynxes yet? No. Is there a Slayer deed for them? I don't think so. We'll murder one just to see. I thought he was dead. I turned before I finished him. That was weird. Does Lotro have lots of raids? Yes, it does, Vamps. In fact, we just did one called Throne of the Dread Terror on Wednesday. My Wednesday group on Evernight went and knocked that out. Zinger skipped it. We could have used his help, but that's okay. We did get through it and got some cool rewards. There are... let's show off the instance panel. They have all kinds of different, what you might call raid class things, designed for... That's pretty funny. Maybe that's something I have to unlock? Am I missing something? Maps, traits, quest logs, deeds, social, character, crafting, inventory, system. Yeah, I don't even have it yet. 1 shattered hatchet? I don't believe it. It's true. I have run out of shattered hatchets to turn in. That's something I'll have to get unlocked. That's pretty funny. There's they have everything from 3-man to I think 24 is the largest raid. But they have small fellowship, raid, and then large raid instances. And then they have skirmishes, and yeah, there's a lot of content like that and a lot of really cool stuff. One of the ones that we're going to have coming up on Wednesday night here shortly is going to be the Shelob raid. What's it called, guys? Is there a specific server I should be on to get into raids easier? All the servers are pretty lively. There aren't really... You're too low level for that, Ed. Thank you, Ponton. And thank you, Edie. I appreciate you mentioning it. Yeah, shame on Zinger for missing the raid. Exactly. And Gipio, who didn't show up either, even though he was in chat. Remmerchant. Thank you, Edgarther. It's called the Remmerchant raid, where we go fight Shelob. I've never done it before, so I'm looking forward to that. One of the things that was fun about the Wednesday night group, we just got a group of friends together, and we all rolled characters on a server that most of us didn't play on, so we could all start fresh together, and we started leveling up characters together and just doing all the group content. And it's been a lot of fun. We've really, really enjoyed that. If you have a character that's 105th level, 110th level on Evernight, come by my personal channel on Wednesdays. We'd love to have you join us. Oftentimes we have streamers, what I'm looking for. I was going to give myself a shout out. We usually have 2-3 spots open for people to drop in and who just want to join us occasionally. Herky Mad has dropped in. Val, Bacchus, and Calangwath, aka Young Sean, are often able to join us. Always a treat to have them along. Bacchus has pretty much become a regular now, I would say. Val, it's just a matter of...
Big Ed Mustafa?
Thank you. I appreciate the follow. Whether or not she can stomach putting up with hard hit long enough to join us for a raid. Larry, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that.
Looking for Big Ed Mustafa?
Oh, somebody else, too. Thank you, Dark Ruler, for the follow. But yeah, it's just been a treat to get to do stuff. I don't think I'd done Throne of the Dread Terror until we did it for the first time last week, and then we ran it again. And I was all excited because it's like, yeah, you can get some really cool armor. And then I went to see what kind of armor I could get, and it was all essence armor, and I was like, oh. So... Zinger, hanging out with Zinger is kind of, I don't want to say rubbed off on me because, that might imply something. But hanging out with Zinger, I kind of share his view that it's like Essence Armor, sort of like, meh. Don't want a lot to do with it. By the time you get all the essences you want for the Essence Armor, you've already out-leveled it. It's like, why am I messing with this? So somewhere out here there's gypsum and some other stuff I'm supposed to be looking for. We'll go find it. Dark Ruler says, my current character is Noldy. Oh, I'm on Crick Hollow as well. It's my main server. Yeah, I have a bunch of characters I really like on Crick Hollow, including a Guardian named Big Ed Mustafa, who's like 118th level. I played Crick Hollow quite a bit. I haven't been on here lately, which is why I was kind of like, oh yeah, let's do Crick Hollow. But when I originally created my first account, I went to Arkenstone because I assumed the server list would be alphabetical. Turns out it's not. There are resources over here I needed to pick up, but I guess not. I'm not seeing anything on the landscape. I'll head back and try to get some quests going the other way. But I have started my trait tree, so maybe we can assign a point or two, get some skills going. Red line champ is usually my jam. I really like the skills. I'll probably also take yellow line. I haven't played a lot of blue line, but I'm not sure I want to play. If you want to play blue line, just play a guardian. That's my thought on the matter. Your mileage may vary. If you have a champ and you love playing blue line champ, let me know. I don't think I've ever heard anybody profess that. I know a lot of people love playing yellow line champ, and there's nothing wrong with that. Wild attack is my primary. Yeah, we may as well start with that. Brutal strikes. That's an awfully good one, though, too. Critical chance increase. We'll just go straight to brutal strikes. And then this has to be activated, or I just have to get my fervor up. What is the cooldown? 4.2 seconds. So, move that up here. I'll move it there. And that can go there. And remorseless strikes. That's 1.8. That definitely has to be activated, though, too. Devastating strike. That's got a 12-second cooldown, but it's devastating. Much like my smile. Huh? Huh? Steely Dad says, bedtime here. Have some good fun, Ed. Cheers, hard hit, Val, and chat. Steely Dad, thanks for coming by. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again. Once a month, you get the bonus hard hit gives Ed a haircut on stream. Very popular. Food Seach says, hey there, I never played a champ, but really like Cappies. Well, I said I was thinking about playing a Cappy because I haven't played a ton of Cappy, but I've played a lot of champ and like champ. But chat said, play a champ, so here we go. Seems I have a little level 5 hunter on Crick. Cool. And yeah, let's get the Xing Xing going. So you can actually, one of the luxury things you can do, and this is where paying comes in, you can buy Mithril Coin and then unlock additional trait trees. So you can have all three of them active. You can do hybrid trait lines where you mix and match them in different ways. I'm not that ambitious. Battle Frenzy. Increased might. Blade damage. We'll do Battle Frenzy. So the difference between the two primarily is that red line is going to be more powerful against a single opponent, generally speaking, and yellow line is going to be more powerful against multiple opponents. So it's a vague generalization. They both have their ins and outs. But that tends to be how it works. Wild attack, swift strike, savage strikes, rend, blade storm. We'll put blade storm up here. Then battle frenzy. We'll put up there. So they're both good. I'm sure blue line is fine. I like the support role. I play mainly red line DPS, so when I have my brother's shield activated in a fellow, everyone gets heals and powers. Yeah, it's a happy thing. Yeah, some of our friends, Mortumbra and Alapenya, are both former Lotro stream team members, and they decided to start an all-captain kinship called All in the Buff, on Gladden, and that still pops up from time to time. So I actually have a trait unlocked. Let's see if I can pick something. Is it fortitude? I'm looking for something that adds might. Critical and evade. I know it's not determination. Well, zeal? Zeal's might. We're going to earn zeal. And I'm still earning zeal. So when I get that 90th goblin killed, I'll get some trait points added to my virtue. That's another thing that clearing your deed log does for you. You get those virtue points, and it boosts your virtues, which is, you know, I mean, it's just like adding another magic item to your outfit. You get some pretty good bonuses off that stuff. So another reason why deeding is very important. Is this time to time another galactic dimension? Okay, so they're hardly ever on anymore. But I've heard rumors that Alapenya still remembers how to log into Lotro even if he doesn't do it very much. So I'm trying to be generous, Singer. Zeal and Valor are good for might classes. Determination gives PM. Wit is arguable. So the Longbeards have taken back Thorin's Hall, which is a very good thing, because now I've got access to the auction house, I've got access to the vault, and vendors, so we'll head inside. This is kind of a fun quest. Finding the gears. So one of the questions that came up earlier was shared storage, so we'll go check the Vault Master. I like to use the one in the crafting area just out of habit, but first, let's get the important stuff out of the way.
I am at your service.
Boom, fishing is trained.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
Owen32 checking in. Hello, Owen. Owen joined us for Throne of the Dread Terror Wednesday night. Finally started a kin on Brandywine. We're called the Spiffing Puddings. Sounds delicious. Americans have a very narrow view of what pudding is. Although I would be lying if I said I wasn't fond of the American version of pudding. Super yummy.
Well met.
You've accessed your vault space. So we start out with 30 vault spaces. And okay. Yep, that's a fun fact. Shared storage capacity not available. You have to buy it, but... Oh, and it costs Lotro points right out of the bat? Okay, that's interesting. Because you can add regular storage space just with money. 45 silver for your first additional of space. But with shared storage, that's going to cost you Lotro points right out of the gate. That has to be purchased. Good to know. I couldn't remember. Calera, I take it that's you, Bacchus? You can join me in voice chat if you want. Oh, Galapa, that might be Gipio. I'm not sure who that is. Well, whoever it is, you can pop into voice chat and say hi. I can probably vendor some of this junk, too.
Well met.
Oh, Dark Ruler, that's you. Howdy. Nope, I'm still in Kellendon, Bacchus said. Your name looked very familiar to one of Bacchus's characters, so you're welcome to stay in fellow with me. You certainly don't have to. Bacchus tends to pop up unexpectedly, so I didn't think much of it when you came running by. Sell. Hi, Bacchus.
How are you? Yeah, just like the bad penny, I keep turning up.
Absolutely. Ooh, I do have a basic fishing rod. Excellent. You guys always make fun of me for how many task items I carry, but I used them all. All of those shattered hatchets are gone.
That is quite impressive given how many you had.
It was a lot, but if you turn in 100 of them every day, they go away. Get more trait slots. And I've got mail. Oh, I forgot to turn in that starter quest reward. I'll go up to the mailbox. Dark Ruler was in the neighborhood. Awesome. Amp says, as a WoW player of many years, this game looks pretty cool. Yeah, what's really nice about it is the storytelling is really superb. The developers are huge fanboys of Tolkien and his original works. They've stayed very true to the lore, and what you end up with is a very fully realized version of Middle-earth. And what's cool about it is it doesn't just feel like a bunch of leveling zones strung together. It's a cohesive world where stuff is happening whether you're there or not, it feels like. And the whole thing kind of makes sense, and you get to interact with characters from the book, Gandalf and Frodo and Bilbo and Legolas and Gimli and Boromir for a while. And, you know, all the Gollum, Sauron himself, Dwalin is here. You know, all the characters from the books are in the game, and your storyline intersects with their storylines from time to time, and you really feel a part of what's going on. But the game's beautiful. The music and sound effects are literally award-winning. Chance Thomas's score in Eastern Rohan was just, it was startling how good it was when that expansion came out. It's like, wow, they really put something into this music. My letter of commendation. And Bingo Boffin wants assistance. I know where to find him if I ever decide to do... I've never done Bingo Boffin. And I don't just mean sexually, I mean I've never done any of the Bingo Boffin quests. That's something that's on my list. One of these days when Mrs. Mustafa puts me in the hospital and I'm laid up in traction for a while and there's nothing to do but play Lotro from my hospital bed, I'll probably do the Bingo Boffin stuff. Got a horse whistle. Damage attack, some more die. We were talking a little bit about the cosmetic system, or I think I started to bring it up. In addition to your regular armor, you can have cosmetic armors and change outfits and things. Because this is a brand new free-to-play account, I don't have any cosmetics yet. So I don't think I do. That would be a negatory. But you can earn them, buy them, gain them. Okay, you sold me. Downloading. Yeah, the game world is vast. Be willing to put some time in, because I don't mind telling you. Show map. We'll start with Eriador, I guess, and work our way out. I'm in Eredluin. So Thor's Hall is up here, or Thorin's Hall, I should say, and then the elf area where Bacchus is down here in Kellendam. This is just one tiny starter region. If I zoom out, this is Eriador. This was I guess what you'd call the original map when the game first launched, Shadows of Angmar, back in 2007. You've got the Shire, you've got Breland, you've got Eredluin over here, and they're all connected. And then you had the North Downs, you had the Lone Lands. The Lone Lands connect to the Trollshaws. The North Downs connect to Angmar. And you've got Evendim, which connects to Forakel. Fornost is here. And that was pretty much it. Misty Mountains, I think, was part of the original. That was in Shadows of Angmar. Misty Mountains, Angmar, and Forakel were all kind of level 40 to 50, and 50 was the original level cap. And then Angmar had a bunch of stuff that was kind of fellowship only back in the day, and this was endgame. Since that, you've got Aragian, which connects up to Rivendell, and then Enidwaith and Dunlin were added, and that's where Isengard is, and the Tower of Orthanc, where Saruman hangs out. And then we're just getting started. Aragian leads to the Mines of Moria. The Mines of Moria exit near Lothlorien, the Elf Lands. That's going to be up here. Nope, I've gone too far. I'm not wrong. Okay, so here's Lothlorien, and then you've got Southern Mirkwood, Northern Mirkwood, the Vales of Anduin, the Bjorning Lands, Wells of Langflood. Then you get off to the Lonely Mountain, which has been added to the game, along with the City of Dale, the new version of Lake Town after the old version got burned down. I think that actually denotes... Nah, maybe not. I was going to say I think that might be Smog Skeleton, but maybe not. There's more dwarf lands over here. They added Mordor. They've added Minas Morgul. There's 5 large regions to Mordor. And they've got the option to expand down here and add some of the further easterling lands. North Ithilien, there's 5 different regions to Gondor, maybe more. I guess North Ithilien counts as part of Gondor, maybe. Nick checking in, SKDX Killer. Hello, how have you been, Nick? I haven't talked to you for a while. He was last seen playing Lord of the Rings Online. Nick is also a recovering Lotro Stream Team member. Linda says, Forakel is really hard for me to get through. I feel so cold doing it. The key to Forakel in the Misty Mountains is you go through those zones in July. Also, that helps with Wildemore, but you want to make sure it's just really sweltering hot out, and then you go play through the icy, snowy sections of Middle-earth. But it's a huge game world. There's tons and tons of stuff to do. Gondor is vast. Rohan is vast. There's thousands of quests. There's hundreds of levels to go through. Hundreds of deeds to be accomplished. And they just keep adding more and more cool stuff. So yeah, it's a great adventure, and you will have a great time. Dark Ruler's off to bed. Dark Ruler, thanks for coming by. I'm probably too late mentioning that, but that's what I get for rambling on. So, are you Eris?
Yeah, that's my character, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, Dark Ruler was on a hunter. That's why I thought it might be. I was like, how did he already get to level 12? But it's not like I haven't been popping off levels pretty quick, so. Got everything I needed out of the mail. Yeah. Somebody needs a meal and somebody needs armor. Who gets the armor? Or is that even somebody who's here? And I gotta find the missing guard. And I've always thought Thorin's Hall is pretty spectacular for a starter area.
It's quite big and impressive, yeah.
Well, then, I wonder how many players go through here and never find the Bluestone Garrison. Still locked.
Well, I generally only go there around about level 45 or so after I've farmed up my Thorin's Hall rep in Sino.
About the time you want to go goat shopping? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was already turning in stuff for... oh, here he is, Heavy Armor Smith. Thought he was over here somewhere.
Well met.
Now he wants me to go talk to a couple of other people, and I don't know where they are either. Will it tell me? In return for polishing Hallie's armor, Bruni asked you to collect the damaged armor from the guards at Nogland, the way station south of Thorin's Hall. So I guess I'm going to Nogland. Which is okay, because that's where the fishing instructor is. Nick is just hanging out. Good, well I hope you're feeling good. Sir Waffle says, what server are you guys on? I'm busy tonight, but I'll join you next week. I went with the first server that popped up on the list tonight, Sir Waffles. It is Crick Hollow. How are you level 5 and you have writing already?
This isn't my free-to-play account. This is my, whatchamacallit. This is the...
VIP?
My main account.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I thought you still couldn't get writing until, like, level 7.
Well, I got uploaded the account-wide writing skill.
Oh, okay. That's another one of those,
nice things in
yeah, luxury item. You don't have to get it, but it sure is nice.
Yeah, faster mount speed and a mount right from the second you're out of the prologue.
Somebody around here wanted cave claw legs. Bring him the meal. Set that as quest guide focus. Where the hell is he?
I don't know that I've ever done the quests here.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of dwarves. It's probably because I'm only 5'7" and self-conscious about it. Not a dwarf, I'm a full-grown man. Quit making fun of me. Does explain why I didn't make the freshman basketball team in high school, though. I know there's a missing guard around here somewhere. I can't remember where.
Okay, it looks like we're on the same quests now.
Dragon Rider says Spring Festival is on, so you can get a lot of cosmetics and a horse for running around. I guess I've done some Spring Festival stuff in the past. I know I got the potted mushrooms for my house. No guards here. The map is very useful, too. Val says, are you kidding? 5'7" is like looking up at a giant for me. Actually, when I meet people at work for the first time I've only talked to on the phone, one of my favorite things to say is, hi, I'm Ed. I'm pleased to meet you in person. I know it can be confusing because I sound tall and skinny on the phone. That usually gets a laugh. Can get a free mount from the wedding epic, too. Good advice. I think I only have 2 character slots right now. I think those have to be purchased, so we'll get another character up and running soon. Might be a couple of weeks on that. But like I said, the more characters you play, the faster the Lotro points pile up, and then you can get what you need. I haven't taken a vocation yet either, so I can't even grab that copper yet. Kind of brings up a good question, though. What should the champion take for a vocation? Metalsmith, weaponsmith.
Well, if you take metalsmith, you can craft your own crafting tools, which is always handy.
Tux is 6'1" and loves playing dwarves. They're his favorite race. Must be the love of the beer. OSU says, my wife claims 5 foot, but I have to keep reminding her that's only when she wears shoes. Yeah, Mrs. M and I used to be about the same height, and then after she got her L4 and L5 vertebra fused, she dropped an inch or so, and now she's mad that she's shorter than me. Rolling gnome is 6'10". I love hobbits. Tux looks the part. That is quite the beard he's got going. Any dwarf would be proud. There's a new guy at work who looks very dwarvish, only he's like 6'1". He's actually a big fella, but he looks like a giant dwarf. And I was kind of amazed. There's another guy on our team who's also a pretty big fella. He's like 6'1 or 6'2", 300 plus pounds. And he's got a Secret Labs Titan XL. I have the regular Titan. And we both love our chairs. And I just happened to mention it to the new guy. And he's like, yeah, I don't like my Streamlabs chair. He said it didn't have enough butt cushion. He's basically sitting on the metal frame now after just a few months. I'm like, wow. I wouldn't have thought that was possible. Vitality or might? We'll go might. Clear the roads.
By my father, this is a sad day. Well met, friend. Greetings, traveler. Will you
Defeat
stay
Lynx.
a moment? Hear me out, traveler.
Find Viffle. Oh, Viffle, come here, boy. Look, that's from an old cartoon. Somebody had a dog named Belvedere, and they kept calling him like that. Oh, Belvedere, come here, boy. Well, let's get the fishing started. Did you get your fishing skill? Let's talk about the important stuff. Jiminy Christmas, what are you doing, Bacchus? You needed to get it back at Thorin's Hall. You gotta stay focused, man. No, I don't think so. The fishing supplier...
No, just the rod.
Yeah, he can't train you. And you get a free rod when you talk to the trainer. Now you're going to miss out on all the important stuff. Well, it won't do you any good without the skill, though. That's the problem.
Oh, sadly not.
Man, woman, and child. I don't know about you. It's because the water twirls the wrong way down your drain. It just gets you all confused. Or I'm wrong, one of the two.
Fishing, I will go and fetch the skill. How's that sound?
Alright, that sounds like a reasonable plan.
I shall do some catching up later during the day.
Oh, I didn't even think about it, but I'm going to be richer than King Midas by the time I'm level 20. These things are worth a gold piece each now. Good thing they got rid of the gold cap, huh? Yeah, that was one of the side effects of the Wednesday night group. I think I kind of inadvertently browbeat everybody into fishing. I think we're all lords and ladies of streams now. So, fishing gets you titles, it gets you cool wall trophies for your house. But when Gundabad came out, all of the high-level characters are just desperate for fish to make Gundabad level cooking. They sell any game fish that can be used in a cooking recipe. Dace, catfish, perch, flounder, largemouth bass, golden mullet, carp, or any of the trout species. They're going for a gold piece each in the auction house. I had over 1,000 fish banked on Mandalinia on Evernight, just in case I wanted to use them for cooking. And I sold them all for a gold piece each. I've got more money than I know what to do with. It's fantastic. There's a dace. Boom, 1 gold piece. At level 7. So I fished in the gold.
Where's the hobby?
There you go. The hobby.
Where's the hobby guide?
You know where the mailbox is in the center hall?
Okay. Yeah.
He's just past there on the way to Dwalin on the right-hand side.
Roger that.
Oh, I missed a fish. Holy cow. That doesn't happen very often. Edie got the Omega, and it's not as comfy as I hoped it would be. Is that their small chair? I looked at it, and it didn't look a lot different from the rest of the gaming chairs that are out there. Looked like you had to move up to the Titan or Titan XL to get the really big, sturdy chairs.
Wasn't it Gamers Nexus that did a whole article or like an hour-long video showing how gaming chairs are a gimmick?
You know, and that was probably true at one time. Is it a comfortable chair and is it well made? I mean, I don't know. It's not like I bought a gaming chair thinking it would help me game better. But I used to have a fairly nice, pricey office chair I bought at Nebraska Furniture Mart, and it wasn't that comfortable. I could sit in it, and it was really comfortable when you first sat down, but it wasn't very supportive. I would start to get fidgety, and my back would start to hurt after maybe an hour or so. And then the PVC, the pleather, just started peeling up in sheets and just leaving little bits of black vinyl all over the house. And I got distraught with it and was quite happy to throw it out. And it was almost a $300 chair. It wasn't a cheap chair. And I bought that $105 S-Racer Homail chair off of Newegg. It was great. It was way more comfortable. I could sit in it for a long period of time. The vinyl and stitching held up really well. But when I started working from home and I was in the thing 12 or 14 hours a day, it just finally started to wear down. Well, I hope you're on your way back. My fishing skill's already at 4.
Yep, on the way back.
Fishing skill maxes out at 200, and you can only get 10 points per day, but you start out with 1 point. So I can fish to 11, and you get a new title, Apprentice Angler, at level 10 fishing. I feel like all of Gamers Nexus videos are an hour plus. The quality of the material is always good, but he gets a little verbose. I usually go with Gamers or Hardware Unboxed, the Australian guys. They tend to have very solid opinions. They're usually not wrong about anything, but they're just a lot more concise presenting it. They don't do 40-minute videos.
My attention span these days, for me to watch a 40-minute video is going to be something I really want to know about.
There you go. I don't mind watching long-form videos, but it's not that often. I'm a little bit behind on Linda's Future Urban Farmer vlog because it just some of her videos run 30-40 minutes, and I don't usually have that much time to sit down and watch the whole thing. But like when I was just doing cooking crafting last night, that was perfect. I got a chance to watch a couple more episodes. And I watched a new episode of Hot Ones with rapper Pusha T. He got to 8 of 10 wings, but he didn't. After he got to Da Bomb, he was done. He wasn't going to eat any more after that. Sean Evans couldn't talk him into eating the last 2 wings. And then when they got all done, he was like, "Nobody finishes that, do they?" And he's like, "Yeah, actually, a lot of people do." And what's funny about that, if you've ever watched Hot Ones, are you familiar with it at all?
I've seen a bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy it because I like hot wings and watching celebrities sweat and curse. And I've never seen any woman ever tap out. Every female I've ever seen on that show has gotten all 10 wings down. And the biggest puss in the history of that entire series was DJ Khaled. He tapped out on the 3rd wing.
The 3rd.
Yeah. And I mean, there are people from the UK going, "Oh, this is tasty." You know, even Ricky Gervais got past the 3rd wing. Not that I'm just you don't get a lot of super spicy food in the UK, although probably the Indian restaurants you do. But a lot of the folks from the UK that are on there. They're like, yeah, I don't eat a lot of spicy food. And some of them get through it and some of them don't.
It's the same here. People either don't eat chili at all, or it's like, they can't get enough of it.
Their favorite thing ever.
Yeah. Well, I can't eat food without putting chili or hot sauce in it. It's standard.
Val says she likes spicy food. It's her favorite, but that's probably because she makes it more fun to spit in Hardhit's face if she's eating chili. Potton is making it rain waffles in here. But the thing with the Gamers Nexus and any chair reviews that they did, it's so subjective. There's a few things. If people ask for like headset recommendations, it's like, I can't tell you what headset you should buy. You have to figure it out. I can give a couple of general recommendations of ones that you might look at, but you have to try a headset on and listen to it before you know if you like it or not. Any purchase that doesn't involve that is a leap of blind faith. I have maxed out my hobby. But the good news, I've got a new title.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. I am Warsteinik, apprentice angler. Jealous? Thought so.
Yes, very jealous right now.
Well, I've got 5 fish to go put in the auction house. I'm going to have 5 gold, baby. I am going to Disney World. New quest, a message of thanks. That's part of what I love about the lower levels, though. I mean, you just feel like it's like, boom, new armor, boom, new shoulder pads, boom, new weapon, boom, new fishing title. Everything just happens really fast, and you're flying along. And
just remember to re-equip your axe before you get too far.
Oh, yeah.
It's Lotro stream. You're not allowed to swear like you do on your own.
Well, that's the nice part about streaming on Friday night, is nobody's watching. Not from Standing Stone, anyway. So I'll have to think a little bit about what I want to do for a vocation. Galadriel, my original champion, I made her a jeweler, and that turned out to be kind of fun. I didn't even know it at the time. I just thought it'd be pretty funny to have a champion charging into combat, dual swords ablazing, and looking dazzling with her fine array of jewelry. So I kind of did it as a chuckle. But being able to make your own champion ruins was nice, and always having good jewelry was definitely a benefit, because that was before the age of epic battles. We might need to rerun some epic battles. I can't believe how much better the Mordor jewelry is I'm getting than our epic battle stuff. It's been a few levels, though. Goblin deeds made easy, indeed. Oh, and there's a bird slayer deed. Goblin Slayer complete. Let's go find that guy we're supposed to find.
I'm still on that annoying part of Hunter that's just all inductions.
Greetings.
He's like, yeah, I'll be back. I think we'll find more lynxes out here. We can get that knocked out pretty quick. Did you pick that one up too?
Yep. And there is one of them.
Two.
Here's a bear.
Do we need bears? I guess we do.
Here's another lynx.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Thank you, Ed. I do appreciate that. Oh, I got my first piece of light leather.
Nice.
Does Val have a server? Character on this one?
Ponton is off for now. Have fun storming the castle. Good night, Ponton. Val, we are on Crick Hollow. And I lost Bacchus. There he is. Nope.
Sorry, I got distracted by the shiny hand dribble.
That's okay. You ended up leveling me.
Mazel tov. Congrats.
Thanks. I was just about to say, why don't we stop here on the road for a second? I desperately need another Coke Zero because my mind is starting to turn to jello. Back in a sec.
By all means.
Airstream hype. Everybody can admire my beautiful black on black trim Secret Labs Titan. There you go.
You'd have more luck with whiskey with me, Linda. But yeah, wine is nice enough. Yes, Val, I just picked up my first piece of leather, and I was wondering if you had a tune on the server that I should be sending it to.
That's the stuff right there. So fishing is important to do, Leary asked. Not really. The only two things I really know very well in Lotro are fishing and how to play it for free. Those are my two areas of expertise. Like I'm clicking it. Why is the button not working? Here's a bear.
Where I'm making you run around chasing mobs.
Yeah, I need to get my steps in. It's not a problem. You know what's funny is there's another hunting lodge that's way back up here in the hills, and it's there. It's one of those things I like about Lotro. It's just out here on landscape for no reason. I don't know of any quest associated with it. It's just one of those things that you trip across and you're like, why is this back here? Shall we run back there and show it to the folks?
By all means.
Well, we'll definitely get our share of birds, bears, and cats. Oh, something's growling. Oh, we're good on lynxes. But I just love the fact that this hunting lodge is back here. In fact, I think it's basically the same model as Thraces or Thrashies. It's like, let's just stick another one of these out back in the hills in the middle of nowhere for no reason. Alright. Got him. Oh, I must have missed it. Am I leading us back somewhere? Thought we were headed to it, but I guess not. This is how people get lost in the woods, you know.
Ah, there we go. Up the hill.
So we're good on lynxes and bears. There's a Slayer deed for Hendriville so we can keep killing birds.
And there's one.
This is a more advanced model. This isn't a hunting lodge. Yeah, it's just this stone dwarf building out here on top of this mountain for no particular reason. Dragon Rider says, did you ever find the snowman? Out here in Arid Luin? Probably. I feel like I've been all over Arid Luin. Off the top of my head, I'm not remembering where it's at. I remember showing off the Goldilocks house in Western Rohan. That always amused me. With the 3 bears and the little blonde girl asleep in the baby bed. Yeah, cool building. It's just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere. If nothing else, we should be getting you plenty of hides fighting the bears.
Yep, up to 15 now.
Nice.
Another Hendriville down there.
And the gnome out front. Yep, there's a gnome. Hard hit's not making that up, Val. Sorry. There are garden gnomes in Lotro. And in Fallout 76, which kind of freaked Val out, too. I think if we go up this hill, it just takes us around to Nordbog. Or Nordbog. Sorry, Mr. Bear, we want your hide, literally.
Unit little level 8. You're quite the murder machine, aren't you?
Yeah. Like I said, I thought chat was being pretty easy on me when they told me to play champion. I'm not a great champion, but I definitely don't suck as a champion. As far as I know. Ginger says, Nogland. Hi, Ginger! It is free to play Friday. I am on a brand new fresh account, and we are talking about the keys to successfully playing Lotro without cracking open your wallet. How are you doing tonight? We'll give Ginger a shout out too. And I'm sure she won't mind sharing the spotlight as I shout out her granddaughter. So Matome also streams and plays Lotro. Although it looks like she was last playing Fall Guys. I have not played Fall Guys. Have you tried Fall Guys, Bacchus?
Nope, doesn't ring a bell, let's be honest.
It's kind of a we're all stuck at home because of the stupid pandemic kind of game. A lot of folks seem to enjoy it. Ooh, now that's some nice armor. It's a big upgrade. I like it.
Might you lend me an ear?
Defeat Henderville. Need to go kick some Henderville ass. Simple rations. Collect the goblin fetish. Now we get to go murder some goblins. Let's go kill some goblins. No racial traits unlocked yet, but I've got another point to spend. Oh no, I don't have another point to spend. Next level, probably. Not cats, goblins. That
well,
cat
it was there,
is not a goblin.
It looked at you funny and...
Alright. I think the phrase you're looking for is it was coming right towards us. We had to shoot it to defend ourselves. Or it would have killed us and everyone we care about. That's adorable you were trying to melee something.
I was busy looking at my trait window and completely missed where I was going and ran straight into it.
Okay.
Besides, I need to get the melee hits in for my class trait points.
I know you do. We're looking for a goblin with a fetish, so look for a goblin named Rem. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm here. Does that mean I am doing okay? Absolutely, Ginger. And Linda says, I do like the way champion characters are built. I have one, but I should get into it a little more. Yeah, they're kind of the wrecking ball of Melee. They just kind of go in and start chewing up stuff and... I still don't have a fetish. How about you? Oh no, I did get it. It's checked off. I never noticed it. That's weird.
Yeah, good point.
I just looked over and was there. Alright, let's go find some birds.
Genocide. I mean, good goblin's a dead goblin, or dead goblin's a good goblin. Whatever.
Yeah.
Especially when there's trait points behind killing a bunch of them.
Well, we're going to get routed back up here for quests later, so... I mean, if you want to keep killing goblins, I won't stop you.
It's... As we run past, we can pop a few, I'm sure.
Well, there's also lots of areas up ahead that are going to have a lot more goblins. Somebody else is out here killing goblins. More power to them.
Rosalia.
We'll pick on these guys again. Hi, fellas. We're back.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And ding, my first 5 Lotro points on this server.
Nice.
Oh, I need to, there we go.
Oh, we didn't get our Henderville killed. You want to go hunt birds?
Yeah, sure.
I guess we can turn in while we're here. May as well, just in case another quest pops, but...
Well met, friend.
Defeat more goblins and achievement.
There you go. I told you we'd get vectored back up there.
It is an insult! Will you stop and hear my accursed tale?
Here's a bird right there. Let's go murder it. Take that, you stupid bird. No actual birds were harmed in the making of this video.
There's another one.
I always loved that Gussie Marie would get upset when you killed a virtual deer that respawned as soon as you killed it. Don't pick on the cute forest animal. It's not a forest animal. It's sprites on a screen.
Here's another bird.
But we love Gussie Marie, so we don't kill deer unless we're really sure she can't see us doing it. Plus, have you had elk before?
No, not elk.
It might be the
Fair
best.
amount of venison.
Elk might be the best red meat in the world. It's really that good.
I should have to try that sometime if the opportunity arises.
If you get the chance, don't be afraid.
Ostrich tastes very nice if you've not had that.
Oh, I love ostrich. Ostrich tenderloin is almost fat-free, and it tastes and looks like top sirloin steak. It is wonderful. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to eat ostrich burgers or ostrich tenderloin, jump at the chance. It's good stuff.
Doesn't make a good curry, unfortunately. It doesn't have enough fat, but yeah, it does taste very nice.
Yeah, the key with American bison's the same way. It's super lean. So with ostrich or bison, you don't want to cook it past about medium rare. Medium is well done, and medium well would be ruined. Forget well done. But yeah, if you like medium rare beef, ostrich and bison are absolutely wonderful.
Oops, I made a friend.
I don't think Rosalie wants us killing all of her goblins. I'm on my way.
I made more friends.
Wow.
That's alright. Nice thing about being hunted, you just run around in circles and stay out of range and keep you until you get dizzy.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Isn't there group tagging in, or area tagging in Lotro now?
Yeah. Has been
there
for a
we
long
go.
time.
So-
We all get experience.
I mean for Rosalia as well.
Yeah, as long as she hits him, she gets credit. You can invite her.
Oh, if you'd like.
Yeah, I don't mind. No reason to compete when we can kill that much more efficiently. Buna is a lean meat too, goes really well stewed in beer. Tuck says I'd love to try elk. Gussie's preferred target is innocent civilians and Rangers' pants. She's murdered more than a few pair of Rangers' pants over the years. Am I going to be fighting you for goblins here? Oh, that's Ginger. Okay. I did not realize that was you, Ginger.
Hello, Ginger.
I'll double check voice chat real quick. Did we get the chief killed?
Villains in the boat. Yeah, I believe we did.
That's a long drop. I don't think I'm going to try that.
You're short. Low central gravity. You'll roll.
Chickening out. Although it sounds like Ginger survived the jump okay. I hope she wasn't waiting for me to res her, because I'm a dwarf champ.
I haven't got the racial to res people out of my health.
Grats.
Thank you.
So what is Buna?
Bunny, I would imagine.
Oh, bunny is super yummy. Although it really does taste like chicken, but that ain't a bad thing. There's Goblin Slayer advanced. Boom, baby. Okay, we can quit picking on goblins. Or we can keep killing them.
A few more.
Alright, for fun and profit.
Yep, and another 10 Lotro points.
Oh, I got mine. Yep. That's a bit of a fall. I usually just twist my ankle from there.
Yeah, I just need another 17 more for advance, but we'll pick that up organically as we go along.
Well, I mean, there's like 4 or 5 other areas with goblins we'll be running into. Oh, hi, Ginger.
Figured if I'm gonna run with you guys, I should ought to have voice on, right?
There you go. So you can say stuff like, "What the hell's wrong with you two idiots?" We'll be like, "We don't know."
It's Ed. I'm just following him.
Yeah. Bacchus is just getting
leading
pulled
me
along in my wake of idiocy.
I'm not real sure how long I'm gonna be on.
Me neither. I should have been in bed an hour ago. What's wrong with me?
Oh, Andreval up ahead.
Murder it.
That is the plan.
That's probably the one that pooped on your car.
So I don't mind it when they do that on the car summit. The bike, that's where it annoys me.
That would be annoying.
It's a lot harder to clean a motorbike than it is a car.
Well, and it's a much smaller target, so you know they did it on purpose. They intentionally
Malice
did it just to
before
vex
sword.
you, exactly.
Is a moment of your time too much to ask?
Yeah, I'm really getting geared up. Bring the goblin fetish to Boley. Boley is in Gondaman. Okay.
Yep. On down the road.
Yeah, we are getting Victored right along, aren't we?
Yeah.
Greetings,
We
traveler.
ride for Gondaman and for glory.
Do I have? Oh, yes, I do. Here we go.
Okay, well, I'll hang in as long as my schnapps holds out.
Fair enough. What kind of schnapps?
Peppermint.
There you go.
It's medicinal purposes only.
I understand.
It's my painkiller when nothing else is working.
Ooh, I can already equip Zeal at level 2. That's got some nice bonuses already. What else we got? New deed, Explorer of Arid Lewin. I think I just found the last of the dwarf places. Cool.
Why is it not letting me? Oh, I guess I've actually got to get a rank in it first. Okay.
Can we do missions at level 9?
I think
No,
10 or 15.
Okay.
not at 9.
Who are we supposed to be talking to here? I've never done any missions on any characters yet. I knew they got added and I just kind of skipped past them.
Ah, Buggy. Okay.
Those are level 20.
Okay. So. Oh, Agathar says level 20 minimum. Thank you. Tuxramus says butterscotch schnapps is delicious.
That just
I
sounds
am
so
at
sweet.
your service.
Dang it, now I'm going to have repair bills.
Come and stay a moment.
Oop, epic battles awaits. You guys ready for Helm's Dyke? Let's go.
Ah, congratulations.
Thanks.
And yeah, we may as well get an early start on that. I just need half a level.
Yeah, I'm kidding. We're not doing Helm's Dyke tonight. That will not be a thing. There's Mrs. Mustafa saying hello with a friendly cough.
Good evening, Mrs. M. Hope she's well.
Yeah, she's okay. She just allergies and dialysis, and she's always coughing or sneezing or coughing then sneezing or making some kind of sound. Although I was kind of laughing. Monday I brought pizza home and I said I might make chili, and then Tuesday I made chili, and then I was kind of needling her about, yeah, you need to make sure you make something good for dinner when you finally get around to cooking something. And I think just to taunt me, I came home and she had a box of mac and cheese and 2 cans of tuna sitting on top of the stove, and she was like, do you want me to order Chinese food? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to eat tuna and macaroni and cheese again. And so she ordered Chinese food, and then what did we do? I think she reheated some enchiladas a friend gave us, and then I made Chili Tuesday, and then I ended up cooking tonight. And she's just been working me. She's been threatening me with that tuna mac to make sure I keep her fed so she doesn't have to cook. But I'm happy to cut her some slack. On dialysis day, I know that that takes a lot of the wind out of her sails. So
yeah, I can imagine that's not a lot of fun.
No. I thought we had a vocation master? No? Yeah, here they are. Master of Crafting, Master of Apprentices. So I probably ought to make a decision at some point here.
I'll just grab the Explorer for now. Speak with the supply in the crafting area.
Okay, I don't want to do that. My hobby.
I'm a proper dwarf. I'm going to be an armorer.
I'm headed back to Thorin's to get my fishing skill.
All right.
Because I haven't done that yet.
Shame on you.
I haven't played this account much.
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time. Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
There's supposed to be a supply
Come and
here.
stay a moment, friend.
Speak with the supply in the crafting area.
A fast. There you go.
The other character I have on this account hasn't been logged in for almost a month.
Well, I'm supposed to speak with the supplier in the crafting area. He doesn't have a ring above his
one
head.
here, but yeah, he does. It just goes straight to the normal window.
Weird.
Or are they talking about the supplier app, the Thorin's crafting?
Well, the metalsmith and the tailor are both lit up. There could be another supplier.
Just went past there. There's a supplier over there in the middle.
Well, if you set it as quest guide focus and look at your arrow, yep, it's a K.5 away. It looks like it's back at Thorin's Hall.
That's cray-cray.
Yeah, it does not make a lot of sense.
What is the skill that...
Greetings, traveler.
Forestry and prospecting. It wants us to go all the way back to Thorin's.
Okay, there's a workbench right there, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there is a supplier down there between the...
He just doesn't give us any
quest
any
rings,
sort of feedback. It's just the a normal vendor that he is. Yeah, looking at the map as well, the quest rings are up at Thorin's Hall.
Yeah, it's an easy ride from here.
Yeah. Oh, not that stable master, that one.
Well, I had to go to Thorin's because I know that's where you have to go to get your fishing skill.
Yep.
I don't know why I didn't pick it up in the Shire when I was over there. I evidently didn't.
Okay, what am I supposed to make for the metalsmith? A bronze helm.
See if I can remember where the fisher trainer is. fishing
On the
tree?
right-hand side, on the way towards...
Over here by the river, right?
in the middle. So as you go through the front door, you go around that big statue, just keep going a little bit further. There's a post box on the right-hand side, and just past that is the Hobby Master.
Okay. I usually do not have to worry about training fishing them.
But yeah, this is Ed. We will end up spending a lot of time fishing.
It's true. Oh, that's a problem. I made a dwarf make bronze helmet, and now he's not accepting it, even though we're both dwarves.
Well met.
Rough cloth cloak.
Well met.
So are you guys going to have to come back up here, or?
Yeah, I'm on my way now.
Okay. I will go fish while you guys get up here and do your crafting and training.
Will you stay and
I
speak
did
with
get
me
that
a moment?
done.
Welcome.
Nice.
You've come at a most fortuitous time.
But I forgot all
Welcome.
about the fishing.
You've come at a most fortuitous time.
And handily, right by the stable, is that little crafting hall thing.
Is there a supplier there we can talk to?
Yep.
Well, that is handy then, isn't it?
Yeah, there's that crafting hall down by the stable, too.
Of what help may I be to you?
Just want to get my first task item turn in done.
What do you need?
At your service, and your families.
We ride for Thorin's Gate. And for glory. So, chat, do we have any questions about free-to-play? Obviously, I haven't really gotten into the meat and potatoes yet tonight. We've just gotten Warsteinik up to level 10. I'll get another character created. We'll get some more materials going back and forth. And Lotro is always more fun if you have friends to run with, like Bacchus and Ginger, but it's completely soloable as well. In fact, my friend who plays Duressa on the 40 Thieves on Brandywine just takes pride in the fact that she never groups for anything. Well, there's nothing wrong with grouping.
Yeah, but being in a fellowship is more fun.
I agree, but she's had some bad experiences, so she just tends to avoid others. True, my first character was a lore master and soloed up to 50 during Angmar. There you go.
Yeah, I do a lot of solo play, but it's still more fun with friends.
Oh, yeah. Or I know a lot of us will hang out in somebody's Twitch channel, and we'll all be in there chatting away while we're just playing and doing our own thing off to the side. Even if you are playing solo, you don't necessarily have to do it alone, if that makes any sense. Creating new tunes never gets old on Lotro. Exactly.
Nope, never. So I've got almost 100 alts between my accounts.
I'm going to have to auction these fish just so I can buy more pack space. Which is not a bad idea. Is Dwarf Champion a good solo class? Started with a minstrel to try that. Hi, PD Rossi. Yeah. I normally recommend Champion, Hunter, or Guardian as your very first character. If you've got some experience under your belt, Minstrel's very powerful from a DPS standpoint. You just have to know how to do crowd control. Because if you get 3 orcs on top of you, you're going to have a really hard time surviving that fight in light armor. I don't recommend light armor wearers as a first character. But once you get the game mechanics down, it's a very good class for solo play. And what's nice about it is then they also become sought after in group play because they're a good primary healer.
Well, it partly depends on what you're used to playing, too. My first character was a mini. She's still my main. And I solo all the time.
And your families.
So when I group, I have to remember to change my stance and what line I'm running and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
what am I crafting here?
Yep.
Craft a copper ingot.
My fishing is done for today. I cannot fish anymore and make any more progress.
You can make crazy mad cash, though.
I've only caught one fish that was worth anything. The rest is junk.
Really? I got 5 of them. Besides, that's a gold piece. That one fish is a gold piece at your level. That's a lot of money at this level.
But fetching a lot of junk. What was that I just sold?
Oh, I unlocked the skirmishes menu. Fantastic. So we got epic battles, we got seasonal stuff, and more will open up. So the instance finder opens up at level 10 because that's when you can do epic battles.
Okay, I didn't sell off the what is it? I got a couple of catfish, and I didn't sell them off.
Singer says, my first character was a hunter and I still don't know how to play the game, so they go hand in hand. Where should I start out as a dwarf? I was going to go with the Lonely Mountain. The dwarf starter area is where we're at, by Thorin's Hall in Arid Luin.
Yeah.
Maybe
Scout axes start in Mordor.
Stout axes start in Mordor. Okay. Now we know.
Yeah, I have a couple of those on other accounts. But they start in Mordor. Okay, so where are we headed now?
That is a great question.
Well, do you still have that quest for collect cave claws? I think you do.
You talking to me or Ginger?
Well, definitely you. And I think Ginger might also have it.
No.
Greetings, traveler.
Can we share it?
Yep. The quest's up here.
Because yeah, if you finish there in the crafting area, take a left as you head out, head up towards the mine or whatever it is. You run across a couple of cave claws.
I keep looking for
No, you've already finished it, and Ginger doesn't have it. Okay, so I'll just...
Alright, I'm going to go put my fish up for auction. So I can start living a crazy dope rockstar lifestyle in Middle-earth. You end up with 5 gold pieces at level 10, you're doing pretty well.
Okay, I am gonna have to give it up.
Alright, Ginger. Thanks for hopping on and hanging out for a while.
Yeah, it's one of those things. There's, between the pain pills and the schnapps, nothing is getting it where my stupid hands are working.
I'll be careful mixing those two together.
It's just aspirin and schnapps.
Okay.
Nothing heavy duty.
Greetings.
But they're not getting the stupid pain to settle down enough that I can do stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I hate days like today. And I think it's only because the weather's changing. Old age and arthritis, you know.
Oh, seriously?
Ah.
Free-to-play players do not have access to the auction hall. They have to buy slots.
Oh, that.
I thought you started out with 10. I only have 25 Lotro points, so I can't even buy any. You get 5 slots for 95 Lotro points.
Well, hour of concerted dealing will be able to get you your...
yeah.
You then have to choose Lotro, auction slots or riding skill.
There you go. I have to walk before I can run, so... I guess I have to hang on to the fish. Who'd have thunk? And I don't have any shared storage. I do have vault storage, though, so I can offload some of this stuff. I'm starting to get quite a collection in my bags, as you can well imagine. I think Ginger's got the right idea.
Greetings.
You're over here vaulting stuff.
Yeah, I'm vaulting stuff. I'm used to being able to do it on the run, because my main account is VIP.
Must be getting some server lag. Oh, there it goes finally.
Yeah, it has been a while since I've had to find a banker in order to empty the bags.
Welcome to my world. The basics of fishing. There's a document I don't need.
Yeah, I've already tossed mine.
Yeah, my sub ran out on this account, so I might be enjoying preferred benefits, but at least I'm not a sub on here.
I have a whole 51.
Ooh, excuse me.
The heck? All of my apps on the left-hand side of my PC just closed. Web browser and chat. Just super weird. Although Discord stayed open, which was on that side of the system. I have no idea what just happened.
That is weird. You're on Linux at the moment, or Windows?
Linux. At least need to get the browser back up. I'm starting to agree with Ginger. I think we've gotten to a good stopping point tonight. We made good progress. I got 10 levels up, and we've got the first character started, and we've talked a lot about free-to-play. If anybody has any questions about free-to-play, or they want advice or suggestions, I'm happy to answer them. Let me know. But at this point, I think the thing to do is let's go find somebody to say hi to. And I'm going to get Lotro Stream back up because I have to have it open to raid somebody. You guys know the rules. Just because you don't have to go home doesn't mean you can stay here. So, who else is streaming Lotro? Galadriel is up and running. Also, our friend Doug Glendower is streaming Dungeons and Dragons online. The Buddha Fist is up. What is that he's playing? Hugh? I'm not familiar. And somebody named Remendsko is streaming Lotro. So yeah, there's plenty of choices out there. Lots of good folks. French Girl Gaming is streaming Lost Ark right now. Gipio's streaming Lotro. I would go raid Gipio, but Galadriel is a stream team member, so we should go say hi to her. OSU Cowboy says, good stream and a fine start to a good series, Ed. Thanks. Thank you, OSU Cowboys. I appreciate that. And they're not on the bottom panel? No, I think they just shut. It was very weird. I didn't notice it at first either. I just looked over and they were all gone. I reopened the browser, but yeah, Chatterino definitely closed too. Who knows? I might have passed out at some point and my head hit the keyboard and shut him down too. Anything is possible. But let's go say hi to El Galadwin. I very much appreciate everybody hanging out, and I'm glad that this suggestion was so warmly received. We will get into some more particulars next time, and it should be a good time. I actually enjoy the low-level content. It's every piece of equipment you get makes you more powerful. Every level unlocks a new skill. It's exciting. Take care, everybody. I'll be on my personal channel probably tomorrow and Sunday. Come by and say hello. And Wednesday night we'll be doing Adventures on Evernight, so that's always a good time. Look forward to seeing y'all then. Peace.
Thanks, it has been fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, Bacchus and Ginger.
Okay, we'll see you later on.
Good night, Ginger.
Good night, Ginger. I'll be feeling better soon.